Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. Trust you're good, trust you're doing well. So today we'll be learning how to make an off the shoulder bustier. As you can see, I'm going to show you how to make an off the shoulder bustier, how to draft it, how to pad, and how to sew it as well with an inseam finishing, just like what you are seeing now. So in this video, we're going to learn how to contour the underbust and the overbust to achieve an off-the-shoulder bustier. If you're interested in learning how to draft an off-the-shoulder bustier, how to cut and sew, kindly watch this video to the end. And if you find this video very interesting, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Let's get started. To start with, you'll be needing some measurement, your shoulder measurement, your bust circumference, your underbust circumference, your waist circumference, your natural waist circumference, and then you will need from shoulder to the bust point, and you will also need shoulder to underbust, and you will need your front and also the back half length, because the front and the back half length are not the same, so you will need these two measurements. You will also need your bra to bra strap measurement for the front and the back. If you don't know how to take all these measurements, or you've not watched my video on how to take your perfect measurement, the link in the description box, please go and watch it so that you will know how to take all these measurements. So basically, we're going to be doing contouring of the underbust and the overbust for us to achieve our off the shoulder bustier. So to achieve this bustier, we will need our half scale basic bodice block. I have made a video on how to draft an half scale basic bodice block with with the bust start. So basically, I have the neckline, I have my shoulder, I have this is my neckline. Note, we'll not be making use of the neckline while drafting this bustier. You just want to have it, and as you can see, I have gone ahead to eliminate the zipper bulge at the back, and you can see the neckline, the shoulder, the armhole region, and I have added the 1 inch that I removed from the zipper bulge side, and also added 1 inch for my dart before connecting the back part, before connecting from the armhole to the waistline. So I am going to mark my dart of 1 inch. So you have to divide your bust span measurement. This is your nipple to nipple measurement. Mine is 7 inches divided by 2 is 3.5. Then mark that and mark ½ inch at both sides, and also mark on your bust point and then connect like so. So it's very easy and simple to make your dart. If you don't know how to draft an half scale basic bodice block, it's advisable you watch my video on how to draft that. So for the front now, for us to get our bustier for the front now, you are going to mark from your shoulder to your bust point and shoulder to your underbust line. So for you to make an off the shoulder bustier, you have to take your measurement from your shoulder to your underbust line, just like I showed you earlier. So I'm going to connect. This is going to be my bust point, and this is going to be my underbust line. Did you see that? My bust point and my underbust line. So on the waist side, I'm going to take 2 inches for the dart. So I'll mark 3.5, which is my nipple to nipple measurement. So to take the 2 inches, I'm going to take 0.75 towards this side that is smaller, and take 1.25 towards the bigger side. So here now I'm going to take 0.75, and here I'm going to take 1.25, so that everything will be 2 inches for the dart. Since it's a bustier, that is why I'm using 2 inches for the dart. So on my bust points, I'm going to come down by 0.75 inch. The bust point, the dart for the front is not the same with the dart for the back. For the front, always start ½ inch or 1 inch or 3/4 of it. But for the front part, you can start from the but for the back part, you can start from the bust point. So what I'm going to do is to mark 1/4 of my waist circumference and add my 2 inches for the dart, and then connect the side seam, just like the way you draft your normal basic bodice block. So this is what I have, and like I said earlier, you have to take your measurement for the half length of the front and half length of the back. For my own, the difference between my front half length and my back half length is 1.5 inches. So from my bust point line, I came down by 1.5 inches and connected it back to the bust point. Did you see? So this is the 1.5 inches difference between the front and the back waist line, so that by the time I close up the bust dart, the side seam of the front and the side seam of the back will be the same. As you can see, two of them are not the same, so we have to take the difference between the front and the back waistline as the bust dart. So by the time you close up the bust dart, the two side seam will match together. So the next thing is to get my 1/4 of my underbust circumference, and from this point I'm going to mark from here to the dart leg here, and then start from the other dart leg. So basically what you're going to do is to mark 1/4 of your underbust circumference excluding the dart. So from this point to this dart leg, I will place my tape to the other dart leg from here, and then mark 1/4 of my bust circumference, and whatever difference I have now and whatever excess I have, I am going to share it in between the two darts. Did you see? I have a difference of, sorry, I have excess of 0.75 inch. Did you see that? That 0.75 inch, I am going to divide it on the both side of the dart. This is called the contouring of the underbust. So from here I will mark 0.5 inch, and here I will mark 0.25 inch to make it 0.75 inch. So this is what is called the contouring of the underbust. Note what I did. I measured 1/4 of my underbust circumference on my underbust line, and then excluding the dart, and the excess I have, which is 0.75 inch, is what I divided or I shared on the both side of the dart. Here I marked 0.75. Sorry, I marked 0.5 inch because it's bigger. So I'm going to connect to the bust point like so with my French curve. Did you see that? So it's very easy and simple to make. And here I marked 0.25 inch. Did you see? So that to get the 0.75 inch, which is the excess on the under bust. Did you see that? So I'm going to connect it from the bust point to the under bust line. Did you see? So it's very easy and simple to make this. So you're going to take the dart leg straight down. So what I did again, let me repeat myself. I measured 1/4 of my underbust circumference excluding the darts, and then the excess I have is what I shared on the both side of the dart, and then contour it, and then contour it. So it's very easy and simple to make. This is going to give a perfect fit at the underbust line. Did you see that? It's going to give you a perfect fit at the underbust line. So we'll go over to the overbust now. So from my shoulder, I'm going to get half of my shoulder measurement and then take it straight down to my bust point. Did you see that? I'll take it straight to my to my bust point. Did you see that? So what I'm going to do now, so I just half of the shoulder measurement, and then I took it straight to the bust point. So the next thing I'm going to do is um to take my off the shoulder measurement. So from this point you can decide to come down by 5 inches, 6 inches, or 4 inches. For me, I came down by 5 inches as my off the shoulder. So you can decide to come down by 5, 6, 4 inches depending on how off you want your bustier to be. So I've done that. So the next thing I'm going to do is to input my bra to bra strap measurement. I'm going to input my bra to bra strap measurement. For mine, I have 10 inches divided by 2 is going to be 5 inches. So that is what I'm going to do. So, but I will first of all take my dart. I'm going to contour this upper part. So what I'm going to take here is ½ inch and here 1 inch. So I'm going to use 1.5 inches to contour the upper part of this side. You can use 1 inch for a very slim person. You can use 1.5, or you can use 2 inches if the person is of a plus size. So for me, I use 1.5 inches. So I marked ½ inch at the side close to the armhole and 1 inch towards the side, and then I took it to the bust point. So did you see that? So I've used 1.5 inches to contour the upper part or the overbust or my overbust. So the next thing I'm going to do is to mark my 5 inches, which is the half of my bra to bra strap. So I think I have it here. So basically you're going to mark from this point to this point, did you see, and then excluding the dart, and then take it to this point and mark your 5 inches. Wherever it is, just mark from there and connect your new armhole. So basically contour with 1.5 inches or 2 inches depending if the person is a plus size. Then mark half of your bra strap to bra strap, excluding, and then connect to your armhole. So this is the contouring of overbust, and as you can see, our bustier is formed. So the next thing is to take my neckline. You can take any neckline of your choice. The neckline depends on you: sweetheart neckline, round neckline, V neckline. Anyhow you want your neckline to be, you can take that. And as you can see, I've taken my own neckline. Did you see that? So you can see the front part of this bustier is ready with the up or the overbust and the underbust contouring, which is going to give you a perfect fit, give your bustier a perfect fit without gaping at the upper part or anywhere. It's just going to be perfect. So try this method and let me know your result on the comment section. So for the back as well, I'm going to come down by 5 inches. If you came down by 5 inches for the front, you are also going to come down by 5 inches for the back. Did you see that? So what I'm going to do now is to mark half of my shoulder measurement and then take it straight down to the bust point. Did you see that? To the bust point. So I'm going to use 1 inch to contour the upper part of my of the back part, the upper part now, just to avoid gaping at the upper part. So I'm going to take ½ inch at both sides. Basically you can use ½ inch, or the highest you can use is 0.75 inch. Then you connect it straight to your dart leg. You can also use 0.25 inch on both sides for a slim person. For a person that is slim, you can use 0.25 inch at both sides. For me, I use ½ an inch at both sides, and that's just perfect. So I just took it straight to the waist dart. So this is going to give me a perfect fit. So after doing that, I am also going to mark my bra strap my bra to bra strap for the back. My own is 11 inches divided by 2 is going to be 5.5. So that is what I mark, excluding the darts. Please take note, excluding the dart. So I'm also going to mark my neckline for the back. Take any choice of your neckline. Did you see that? So this is very easy and simple to make. When you are done making it, you trust me, you are going to have a very perfect fitting of your bustier. So this is what we have now. Did you see that? So we'll go over to the cutting part. So for the front parts now, I'm going to open this dart for me to close my bust dart. Did you see? So you open your waist dart and transfer your bust dart to the waist region. Then you can use your pin and then pin it down. Did you see that? So just use your pin or your masking tape and then hold it down. Did you see that? So when I'm done, I'm going to remark the side seam, because after closing the bust side, the bust dart, sorry, you are going to have the side of it. The side might not align, so you have to align it together before cutting out that part. So after closing this bust dart, my front half length, sorry, my front side seam and the back side seam will not be the same. Did you understand? So please watch my video on how to draft half scale basic bodice block. It will help you to understand all this. So the next thing I'm going to do is these two parts are the same. Did you see? I have to make sure that they are the same. If not, I will have to remark this. Did you see that? So after checking, I found out that the other side is 0.25 inch longer than this side, so I'm going to raise this up by 0.25 inch and then connect it back to the neckline. That is why pattern drafting is very essential, especially while drafting bustier or making a corset. This is going to help you to achieve anything you want to achieve on the paper, and also help you to correct your mistakes on paper before transferring it to your fabric. Did you see that? So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. So pattern drafting is very necessary as a fashion designer, tailor, stress. Pattern drafting is very necessary, especially for bustier, corsets, and other parts and other ones. So did you see? So I have to mash it up. I'm trying to make sure I have the same thing, so that when I transfer it on the pattern and after sewing, I will not have one side longer than the other. So I have to also make sure everything matches together, and as you can see, everything matches together. So for the back parts now, you can either cut it out. So this is the center front and this is the side seam for the front. So this is the center back and this is the side seam for the back. So for the back now, you can either close up this dart or you cut it out. You cut out the dart and then have two pieces of the back part. So while sewing, you will add your seam allowance on the two sides and then join together. But for me, I don't want to pass through that stress, so I will just close up my darts and cut out this, which is going to be two pieces. But you can decide to cut out your darts, and so you add your necessary sewing allowance and cut this into two pieces. So as you can see now, I am done drafting this bustier. So in the next class, I am going to show you how to make this. Did you see that? I'm going to show you how to sew this and how to part this and how to achieve this inseam finishing with your lining like a professional. So stay tuned and watch the next video. Please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up if you like this video, and if you are yet to subscribe, what are you still waiting for? Kindly click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Love you. Bye bye.